Hey guys, I am here with Chris Henderson, and we are at Ranchmans in Calgary, which is multi-CCMA award winning for those of you guys who haven't checked it out. So Chris, for anyone who hasn't heard your music yet, how would you describe it in 5 words?
Traditional country, old and new. How's that?
That works.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got a lot of older influences and a lot of new influences. I try to think of some sort of mesh in the middle.
Well, as long as it all meets in the middle, then we're good.
That's right, yeah.
So who are some of the artists who have been your biggest influences?
Well, in the last few years, I've really dove into a lot of the guys that really shaped what country is. You know, guys like Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. I've really grown to appreciate what they do as writers more than anything else. And you know, and the more modern guys like Eric Church, Keith Urban, Brad Paisley's earlier stuff has really influenced a lot of what I do as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So your latest single, Don't Miss Your Goodbye Kiss, for anyone who hasn't heard it yet, how would you describe it to them?
Well, it was a tune that I'd written with Troy Copel and Willie Mack, and it was just a song that we talked about being on the road and what we do, and you know, sometimes relationships fall apart because of being on the road all the time and things like that. And we talked about, you know, that kind of stuff, and ultimately the thing that you really don't miss, you miss everything about being home sometimes, but the only thing you don't miss is kissing that person goodbye. That's kind of what the song's about.
That's cool. It's a really good song. You guys should check it out. I think it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah. So, typically a new single means that there's going to be a new CD, new music.
Yes.
What's up with that?
Well, we're working hard. It's been tough. I mean, my producer gets annoyed with me once in a while because I'm on the road all the time. But we're shooting for end of June, July for the album to drop. So it'll definitely be out by summertime, sometime for sure. It just depends on when I actually go home and finish working on it.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's planned for the middle of this year. So hopefully, beginning of July, hopefully.
Any spoilers that you can spill about the new album?
You know what? It's called My Turn with the Pen. My first album, I had done very little writing, based on some advice from some other people that were in the industry, and it wasn't like it was bad advice, but I thought, you know what, I need to get into writing. I used to be a high school English teacher, and so I thought really there's no excuse for why I'm not writing my own songs, and so I've written pretty much everything on this album, with the exception of one. So it's yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how people respond to my writing as opposed to just picking up professional writers' work.
That's awesome. So you said earlier that you had co-wrote with like Willie Mack and with Troy Copel.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else out there that you haven't wrote with yet that you want to?
Oh man, that's a really good question. You know what? One of the guys that I've been meaning to, a couple guys that I've been meaning to write with for a while now are Jamie Warren and Sean Hogan. I did a tour with them. I love the Canadian guys. I'm really a big fan of Canadian country music. Did a tour with those guys out in Ontario. We're doing Sean's Christmas tour a few years ago, and Sean wrote a few songs for my album, and I love his writing. Him and I planned on getting together to write for a long time. We still just haven't yet. Maybe when I get home here in a week or two. And Jamie, I just love Jamie Warren, everything about his voice. And touring with him really opened my eyes to what a talent he is. And I've always meant to get a hold of him and sit down with him. So a couple Canadian guys I'd really like to write with.
Both great guys.
Yeah.
So hopefully the summer comes soon.
Yes.
And with summer it means all those festivals.
Yeah.
So are there any festivals upcoming for you?
Yes, I'll be at Big Valley Jamboree in Camrose for sure this year. I was supposed to be out there last year, but I seem to bring bad weather with me when I come to Camrose. It was about 5 minutes before I went up on stage this last year that the storm rolled in. And I was actually there in 2009 when the real debacle happened. Unfortunately, I got my show in that time, but yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we can have an incident-free Camrose this year.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
There's a couple other ones, but I don't want to...
Can't say yet?
Yeah, I can't say yet.
So everyone keep an eye out for those. So for anyone who wants to find you, where can they find you online?
There's ChrisHendersonMusic.com is my main website. From there, there's Twitter, Facebook, you know, the YouTube channel. I'm finally getting an iPhone on Monday, so I'm going to actually start an Instagram program on Monday too. I've just been delaying that with the BlackBerry, but it's all there. ChrisHendersonMusic.com, and all the links are there from there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this, Chris.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for your patience.